Tonight on CTV News, crime levels around the region have dropped. CPIT has plans for a new engineering building, and it's a day to celebrate the elderly. This is CTV News, I'm Grant Mangan. The Rail and Maritime Transport Union isn't impressed with the $1 million pay packet of Lyttelton Port Chief Executive Peter Davies.
Despite 3 Lyttelton port workers being killed in the last year, the Chief Executive of the port, Peter Davies, has seen his salary grow 18%. The 2014 annual report details the salary increase and shows that more than 25% of staff are earning $100,000 a year or more. The Rail and Maritime Union is criticising the increase. In a statement, RMTU South Island organiser John Kerr says the port has an appalling health and safety record. He says the union has just started negotiations for a port-wide collective agreement that covers cargo handlers, marine, maintenance and security staff, and this news will throw petrol on the fire of the members' expectations. However, the Chief Executive's salary increase is mainly due to a long-term incentive payment. Davies' base salary is $569,000 and the rest comes from an incentive payment. This has only been granted because the port's earnings per share have increased by at least 16% a year over the last 5 years.
The Port of Lyttelton declined to comment on the Chief Executive's salary. It's been a bad week on the roads in Canterbury. Several people have died and others have been taken to hospital. Around 10:40 a.m. this morning, police and emergency services attended a 2-vehicle crash in Rolleston. The crash involved a car with 5 occupants heading south on Madison's Road and a 4-wheel drive vehicle with 1 occupant towing a horse float that was travelling northbound on Whedon's Ross Road. The fire service assisted to free at least 1 person. 4 of the occupants were taken to Christchurch Hospital, 2 in a serious condition and 2 suffering moderate injuries. The Canterbury Police Serious Crash Unit was in attendance and a further investigation is underway. The Christchurch Polytechnic Institute of Technology's newest building has given architects an opportunity to take bold new steps. Marcus Gibbs went to find out how.
This will be CPIT's flagship building. It will sit on this prominent location at the edge of Morehouse Avenue, and when it opens in 2016, this 3-storey building will cater for up to 1,000 students.
Look, I don't think there's anything like it in Christchurch, especially in the tertiary sector. It's not a commercial building, so it is starting to do some new things and it's certainly pushing innovation in a number of areas.
Architecture firm Jasmax has been working closely with CPIT to design the $30 million building. Work will commence early next year. When the building does open, the next generation of engineering and architecture students will learn their trades here, and when they graduate, they'll be ready to join the rebuild of Christchurch, giving them the chance to put their own stamp on the city. However, this building hasn't been without controversy. A war memorial used to sit on this site, and heritage campaigners protested against the earthquake-damaged building's demolition earlier this year. Meanwhile, the Education Minister, Hekia Parata, is pushing ahead with plans to close and merge more than a dozen Christchurch schools. Earthquake-damaged school buildings will be replaced with 21st century modern learning environments, and it's that concept that's being reflected inside new buildings on campus like this one.
So there won't be many lecture theatres in this building, for example. There's more likely to be social and collaborative spaces.
The internal design is still under wraps, but it has been influenced by the Ministry's long-term vision for schools to become modern learning environments.
I guess we work through schools, through tertiary and through commercial workplace, and what we're saying and what we see is it's a continuum. So the children that are growing up and learning in these modern learning environments, they'll have different demands and different learning styles as they go into tertiary. So yeah, there's a big overlap.
Jasmax's design of the facade began with the concept of a mouldy cloak, both for sheltering the building and as part of the respect for the building as a significant place of learning. The building's design will attract the attention of passers-by.
One is transparency, so showing the life of what's going on inside, which is some pretty interesting stuff to the greater community.
Students have had a hands-on approach in designing their building. Several CPIT graduates working at Jasmax are involved with the project.
It's still in design, so there's still opportunities for students to get more involved. We've had a couple of students up in the office. They were building models, they were coming up with ideas around the facade, and we were working those through with them. So it was pretty exciting for them, and they had some genuinely useful input into it.
The Engineering and Architectural Studies building is the second new construction at the Madras Street campus of the $120 million campus master plan works. It follows the building of a new science and wellbeing facility which opens at the start of 2015 and 3 new buildings at CPIT's Trades campus. CPIT will finish refurbishing both campuses within the next 8 years, creating more modern learning environments to help meet the needs of new generations of learners. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.
Skirt teams are working to fix many of Christchurch's roads, and tonight CTV can update you on their progress.
Road closures and traffic diversions are in place around the city. The Stronger Christchurch infrastructure team are closing the intersection at Pages and Breezes Road. The work will be taking place 24 hours a day until the end of October, while a new water waste vacuum main is installed. Major work around the central city is still continuing. Ongoing work at Morehouse Avenue has reduced travellers heading west. This work is due to be completed in the next 2 weeks. The link between Kotari Street near the University of Canterbury and Medbury Boys School is closed until mid-November. The brick arched bridge outside Christchurch Boys High School is undergoing repairs. Skirt has crews working double shifts, 6 days a week to speed up the project. Skirt have clocked the halfway mark of completing its repairs. They're responsible for rebuilding and repairing the horizontal infrastructure in Christchurch following the 2010 and 2011 earthquakes.
Canterbury crime levels are at a record low after dropping by nearly 9% in the last year.
Canterbury Police are wrapped with new figures showing that crime is at an all-time low. The new crime figures released today by Statistics New Zealand show there were 39,000 reported crimes in Canterbury between June 2013 and 2014. This is 8.6% down from the 2012-2013 financial year, when nearly 43,000 crimes were committed. Canterbury District Commander Superintendent Gary Knowles is thrilled with the results. He says Canterbury Police have been focusing on prevention and improving the frontline response for the last 3 years. Mobile devices now allow police to access offender information almost instantly. This means police can make decisions based on real-time information and respond to incidents appropriately. Police can track crime trends in the district and anticipate and prevent crime before it happens. 5 murders were recorded across the district. This compares to 10 2 years ago. Public order offences dropped the most, falling 32% from 5,590 last year to 3,774 this year. The level of total recorded crime is the lowest since electronic reporting began in 1995. A breakdown of the statistics across the district, based on the previous Canterbury district structure, shows that recorded crime in Christchurch Central continues to fall overall as population and activity returns to the central city. Superintendent Knowles says as the rebuild gathers momentum and more people move back into the centre city, this could negatively affect the crime figures for the district, and to keep them down, police will need to focus on prevention.
It's no secret that smoking kills, and today yet another month-long campaign began aiming to get long-term smokers off tobacco.
Stoptober, a month dedicated to help stop smoking. Darfield resident Jeff Strowger has been smoking for 33 years. Determined to give up the habit, he's taken the plunge.
I've gone completely cold turkey this morning. Haven't had one yet. I normally would have had 3 or 4 by now.
How he's feeling more than 8 hours in.
Yeah, good actually. Don't even feel like one at the moment, so it's not too bad.
Around 5,000 New Zealanders die every year from smoking. It's the #1 preventable cause of death in this country. Jeff is giving up the cigarettes because of a promise.
My father passed away last year from cancer in September. It was actually 20th, only a couple of weeks ago, since his anniversary. So, and I promised him on that last week in hospital that I'd stop smoking. So it's taken me this long to get around to do it, but I'm pretty determined I'm going to do it.
Knowing it won't be easy, Jeff has given it up once before and gave in after a few months. He says it's the social aspect which makes it difficult to kick the habit.
On a Friday night, you always sort of catch up with the boys and have a beer about the week and things like that, and that side of it will probably be a bit harder.
1 in 2 smokers die of smoking in New Zealand every year. The health benefits of giving up is another advantage.
Yeah, it was just something a few mates keep telling me, and doctor tells me and that, so it might be time to listen.
It's the first year of Stoptober. How Jeff got involved was through a family friend. His sister passed away in a car accident a few years ago. Her best friend has helped the family through some tough times. Now she's focused on helping Jeff give up the smokes.
She's been pretty supportive of our family and helped me for a few things as well, and she emailed me the link and told me to get off my lazy ass and do it.
Another advantage for this Starfield resident is the thousands of dollars he will now save.
It's not only the health side of it, but the money side of it as well. Calculated out last night, it'd be $7,000 that I'd spend on smoking this year, in the next 12 months. And try and put that money aside, and hopefully the next 12 months I'll have $7,000 sitting there that I wouldn't have had.
Encouraging others to step up and stop, Jeff Strowger is determined to keep his promise.
If you've got doubts in your mind, just give it a go. I'm certainly going to go all the way with it this time. I'm not going back this time. So.
Eager to take on the Stoptober challenge, head to stoptobernz.co.nz. Joelle Batista, CTV News.
Coming up, Environment Canterbury is wrapping up a campaign targeting air pollution.
Europe in concert. A new, fantastic international artist performing every week. Saturday evening at 7 p.m, right here on CTV.
Potholes. To some, a simple hole in the ground, causing no harm and no concern. But don't let that fool you. Potholes are dangerous. Did you know potholes have been linked to numerous nasty falls and flat tires? So if you have a pothole situation on your property, don't panic. Call the Pothole Repair Company. They'll fix your potholes in a jiffy. So next time you see a pothole on your driveway or in your car park, call the Pothole Repair Company.
Action Removals, offering short or long-term storage facilities, full packing services, comprehensive rates, all fully insured and with 6 vehicle sizes to choose from. Earthquake repairs? Action Removals pack, move, store and return your valuable possessions stress-free. Action Removals, a family business that has been operating in Christchurch for over 10 years. Action Removals, your one-stop removal service on time, every time. 0800 222 526.
It's Blackwell's Mazda Demolition Sale, with prices on selected demonstrators that'll blow you away. BT50 4x4 from $39,995. CX5 from $35,595. Mazda 6 LTD from $49,995. CX9 from $55,495. And Mazda 3 from $30,800. The clock's ticking. These prices could blow any second. Call Blackwell's Mazda Stockburn today.
With all the latest innovations in the world of technology, Shift has everything you need to stay informed and in the know. Shift, 2:15 on Monday, right here on CTV.
With winter over, Environment Canterbury are wrapping up their campaign targeting air pollution.
Teams armed with these $9,000 infrared cameras took to the streets 4 nights a week, catching homes secretly using their old smoky fires. They're part of Environment Canterbury's push to reduce high pollution nights in the region. In 2 years, ECAN needs to get those high pollution nights down to just 3 a year. This year, 17 have already been recorded. ECAN's been targeting social media with their More Heat, No Smoke campaign, an 8-week campaign teaching homeowners to become experts at burning wood. Their Facebook page received more than 1,300 likes, while their Let's Clear the Air website generated more than 17,000 visits throughout winter. ECAN's received more than 200 complaints about smoky chimneys. For those who aren't complying by the rules, they will receive a $300 fine. This year, ECAN has started a special air plan review, which is taking place for the first time in 10 years. ECAN says it's to improve air quality, so the community has access to clean, healthy air. Community feedback says most issues are related to home heating, followed second by outdoor burning.
There's only 1 week left for people to make submissions on stage 1 of the Christchurch City Council's new proposed replacement district plan. 147 submissions have been received so far, and the deadline for public submissions isn't far away. 5 p.m. on the 8th of October is the final cut-off time. The district plan sets the long-term land use policy framework in place and sets rules to guide development. To see the plan's proposals or make a submission, visit proposeddistrictplan, all one word, .ccc.govt.nz. The replacement district plan will be completed by April 2016. Many over 65-year-olds are the backbone of their local community, volunteering and providing services. Today, communities all over the world are celebrating their contributions as part of the Day of the Older Person.
A day dedicated to the elderly. The 1st of October is International Day for Older Persons, celebrating and acknowledging the wiser generation.
It's just an opportunity for us to really let people know what we're doing and to celebrate older people and all of the things that they bring to our society and bring to our lives.
Simon Templeton's the Chief Executive for Canterbury Age Concern and believes despite New Zealand being ranked 10th in the world for looking after their elders, society could still improve their actions towards the elderly.
There's always improvement. I think as a society, I think we're actually quite ageist. And I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done around that. So the social isolation that we see is really a symptom of our ageist society. The elder abuse and neglect that we see that we're working with every day is a symptom of our ageist society. So there is a lot more we can do.
This year, Age Concern themed the day as Leaving No One Behind and promoting a society for all.
So Leaving No One Behind is really underpins a lot of what we do at Age Concern. So it's about social connection, it's about value and older people, and as I say, the contribution that they make. So a lot of the work we do is around connecting older people and giving a voice to older people.
Mr Templeton believes the older generation contribute more to society than many would think.
Oh, it's been huge and continues to be so. Older people are a key part of the rebuild, they're a key part of the infrastructure of our society. And that will continue to grow as the population ages. So as we know, by 2030, a quarter of our population will be over 65.
Last month, Age Concern recognised those efforts of local residents doing the little things to give back to the community. Topsy Rules being part of the Christchurch City Council's off-the-wall graffiti program for the past 7 years, cleaning up the countless acts of vandalism in the Sumner Redcliffs community.
And then we have toilets beside us, and we're wardens for the Redcliffs Park, so that's our job, to clean off fences. Well, you can't let it stay because it multiplies, doesn't it?
She's not the only one. Age Concern says more than 30% of people over 65 years old are volunteers, and many of those primary caregivers for grandchildren.
Many are, and we call them the sort of in-between age, and quite often a lot of them around retirement age, so 65, they'll have children that they're still, grandchildren that they're still looking after, and they'll have older parents that they're looking after, so they're kind of in between age that get pulled in both directions.
The day has been recognising the effort of the older and wiser generation since the UN General Assembly made it official in 1990. Emma Cropper, CTV News.
Still to come, cheerleaders and basketball, and of course, your local weather update.
Your new home follows two families over 12 weeks through the process of building a brand new home. Hear from the homeowners and learn more from the builders and tradespeople as we follow their exciting journey. Your new home, Tuesdays at 8 on CTV.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, the naturopath here at Staywell Pharmacy. Working with the pharmacist, I use herbal and nutritional medicine to recommend natural alternatives for your health. This can be to counteract any side effects of your medication, general health advice, or natural options for you and your family. I'm also available for consultations. So come in and see us at Stay Well Pharmacy, 27 Shand Road, Hornby. Stay Well Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Our new companion package is a personalised service for those that need extra help and support. A cost-effective solution for someone who needs more than just a taxi driver. Our drivers are hand-picked from our experienced team and specialise in providing the right support and companionship. Home safe every time with Blue Star Taxis.
Come in and meet the locals at the Bush Inn Centre. Whether it's to grab a coffee on the go or to catch up with a friend over lunch or dinner, the Bush Inn Centre is the perfect place. With our unique range of shops, you'll find everything you're looking for and more. Our friendly locals are always happy to help. We have plenty of parking at the Bush Inn Centre, making your shopping experience just a little bit easier. So come in, meet the locals and shop Bush Inn. You'll find us on the corner of Riccarton and Waimari Roads.
In Good Shape, examining all aspects of healthcare, medicine, research, nutrition, fitness and beauty, with in-depth interviews from medical experts. It's all here on In Good Shape, Tuesday morning at 9:30 CTV.
One local group is bringing an American sport to Canterbury and they're proving to be the best.
No pom-poms, no American football team playing in the background. All-Star Pride is a high-performance cheerleading team, taking out gold at national competitions around the country.
5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7.
The team of 10 to 18-year-olds took out 2 Grand Championship titles at the national competition in Wellington. This new string of gold medals around their neck from the Spring Carnival in Auckland, where they proved they're the best, beating out some of the toughest competition in the country.
They're tough.
Yeah.
They're really tough. You have to make sure that you're working hard at practice because, that's your end goal. You want to get the gold medal.
Yeah.
From backflips to impressive jumps, the American-style cheerleading is athletic, physically demanding and a bit daunting.
Scary when you drop.
Yep.
These tricks don't come naturally, which means often dealing with this in rehearsal.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
The sport's only been running in Christchurch for 10 years, and I'm told there's just one small difference between this and your usual school sport.
Instead of throwing a ball, you're throwing a person. Yeah.
The proud mums are never far away either.
You get excited for them, you can't help but not, and stuff, your adrenaline starts going for them and that, so, and you get really proud and happy for them when they start achieving skills that they wouldn't usually, do.
Watching as their brave daughters continuously flip and throw each other around.
Sometimes, but I have complete faith in all the girls, and I know that they look after each other really well.
But these cheer mums work just as hard, learning the backstage tips and tricks of the trade.
Oh yes, definitely about makeup in here.
They're the chauffeurs, makeup artists and support team all in one.
You do what you can for your child to be happy, so you don't mind at all.
They're part of the package helping these girls come competition day, when they're striving for nothing but perfection, hoping to please the critics.
If you're not smiling and you're not performing it to your best, then they will take points off.
Yeah.
But from Bring It On to American football games, these girls are breaking the stereotype.
Is it like they see in the movies?
No.
Even what happens backstage won't be seen in the cinema.
It's not as catty as you see.
Yeah.
And we work a lot harder, definitely. We work really, really hard.
These girls have dreams of making it to the Worlds. With these impressive tricks and stunts, it will only be a matter of time before they're taking on the world stage. Emma Cropper, CTV News.
The Breakers were defeated by the Sydney Kings 96-91 at Horncastle Arena last night. It's the second year Canterbury basketball fans watched the New Zealand team lose a pre-season match against Australia. Throughout this pre-season doubleheader, the lead swung back and forth between the quarters. The two sides face off again in Dunedin on Thursday. Now for today's look at the weather around the region.
Good evening, Canterbury. Here's your region's weather. First in Timaru, 16. Temuka and Geraldine stealing an extra degree on 17. Methven, Raka and Ashburton had a sunny spring day, hitting a high of 16. Darfield hit 16, while Leeston and Ralston were a wee bit more chilly, reaching a high of 15. Lincoln and Christchurch hope you've enjoyed the brisk spring day, reaching 15 today. Heading over to Akaroa, they were warmer with 16 degrees. Looking now at Rangiora, Kaipoi and Amberley, they hit 16 degrees. Taking the region's high was Culverden, Hanmer Springs and also Cheviot, hitting a very nice 18 degrees. And at the very top in Kaikoura, they hit a high of 16. But what's in store for tomorrow? In Timaru, fine with high cloud and mild temperatures. Northwesterly winds developing, hitting an overnight low of 5 and a high of 20 degrees. In Ashburton, a typically northwesterly Thursday in store with breezy winds. Warmish temperatures are expected and lots of high cloud, reaching 20 degrees throughout the day and 5 degrees overnight. Christchurch, a fine warm day ahead, with winds tending northwesterly during the afternoon, 5 degrees overnight and 21 throughout the day. And at the very top in Kaikoura, fine with high cloud and mild temperatures. Expect northwesterly winds developing throughout the day, reaching 5 degrees at night and 21 degrees throughout the day. And in other areas around the region, Temuka and Geraldine due to hit a high of 20. Methven and Raka cloud for most parts of the day with a high of 20. Darfield, Leeston and Ralston hitting an overnight low of 5 and a high of 20 and 21. Over in Akaroa, one of the region's highs with 21 degrees. Rangiora, Kaipoi and Amberley expect cloud all day with a high of 21. Culverden, Hanmer Springs and Cheviot, cloud for most parts of the day with a high of 20 degrees. And looking ahead for what's in store for the rest of Canterbury. Fine early on Friday with northerlies, but fresh cold southwesterlies developing during the morning with a period of rain, easing for a time during the afternoon. Temperatures will become much colder, with snow flurries lowering to 300 metres. More wintry showers developing Friday evening and night with cold winds freshening again and more snow flurries expected to 300 metres. Any early showers clearing, but skies remaining mostly cloudy. And temperatures cold on Saturday with fresh to strong southwesterly winds. Decreasing later on in the day though, but frosts are possible Saturday night. It'll become milder on Sunday with fresh gusty northwesterlies developing and high cloud increasing. Mild northwesterlies and high cloud at first on Monday, but a strong cold southwesterly change will develop during the day, bringing with it a brief period of showers. Breezy northeasterlies will develop on Tuesday with high cloud increasing, then winds tending milder northwesterly later in the day. And that's all for your region's weather. Wrap up, keep warm and enjoy the rest of your evening.
And that's CTV News for Wednesday. I'm Grant Mangan. Good night.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.